Hey everybody, got something interesting today. We're going to watch a video from Larian Studios, which, as you know, we've been playing the original Sin 2, which is the last game. We're going to watch a video on their multiplayer features that are coming out in Baldur's Gate 3. So check this out together.
Hello.
Hi, David. This is David. He's the producer of Original Sin, and we'll show you the game together today.
So, if you're playing in multiplayer, that means that David and I can disagree off screen.
So I remember this setting back when I played Edition Christmas.
Yeah, really.
It's like there's like a rock, paper, scissors voting system for conversations.
So if you are in a disagreement like this, when you have to make a decision, the game checks and calculates who wins the discussion. And in this case, Sven won.
I'm happy that we're doing this again, David.
What? Doing what?
Well, playing multiplayer. It's been a long
Oh
time.
yeah, it's always fun.
Hey, what did you do with the shell?
What shell?
Come on, the shell.
Oh yeah, that silly thing. Yeah, I just sold it. And then
Always wondered about that, actually. Oh, I got a scene here with us, the intellect divorce.
Oh, this seems really cool. This with they showed us that in the last video.
You're gonna love this. Let me show you. There's really a lot of options here. So
The mind flare, not sort of the mind flare,
all right, yeah. I mean,
the little
okay,
dog
so what do you
brain
want us to
thing.
do? I could do the Githyanki thing, destroy it, but there's also other stuff that I can do. What do you think?
but you are a Githyanki, so if you roleplay it, you could.
What are you doing here?
What's he doing here?
Big dexterity.
But why? No, he's a
No, I'm
Githyanki.
not. No, I'm a Githyanki. Well, but yeah, maybe.
These guys are so great.
Allee jongens, kom aan. Hey, doe de kit wel. Alright, well that settles it. It's always the same problem, eh?
Yeah.
It's like, we need to solve this, you know?
Yeah, they're always barging in, telling us what to do.
I think we need a vote system.
A voting system and dialogues.
Yeah.
See, I think they'd already have that.
We could also use it online. When you're streaming, you can
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Oh my god, oh my god. Let's do this! Yeah!
Oh, that's gonna be awesome, chat.
Your buttons, 1, 2, 3. You can push on the buttons.
not even blue. As I say, there's no blue face, so
That way, when we can come out, like you guys, like actually just easily put it up and have the chat vote on questions. That's gonna be great.
Message box, yeah.
Like I never found that so much of a use for when I was playing with judges, because like we're right here, and we generally have like similar playstyles, so we agree on stuff. But to be able to do that with chat is going to be excellent. I think that's going to be very, very fun.
Oh, we moeten afstappen.
It works!
The look on the guy's face.
It's glorious. It's gonna work.
COVID high five.
Yeah. Now, someone's going to have to tell Jason.
And you know what? That's exactly what we did. But about 2 years ago, we told Jason Latino, our cinematic director, what our ambitions
Fan.
were with Baldur's Gate 3.
I'd love to sit down and,
For
like,
single
play
player
with
and
this guy.
multiplayer cinematics, and he came up with some fantastic solutions. We have an interview with Jason, so I suggest we have a look at that, and then I'll be back.
I'm Jason Latino, cinematic director here at Larian Studios.
Okay, I haven't
we're
seen
the
him in any
Dublin
videos
office.
before.
This is where both the writing team is centrally located, along with cinematics. So we're determining in this office like what story we're telling and how we're telling the story, which is taking that camera down from being above the players and right into the drama and right into the action.
Say it. You think I'm a monster?
We've come up with a system that allows voting, that allows kind of seeing other players' preferences for what I would do in that scenario. You might be learning secrets. You might be finding out about a weapon cache somewhere or a certain mission that you want to do on your own. The fact that you're suddenly observed is information you need to know as the player, and presenting that in a cinematic way is what my whole department is doing. Baldur's Gate is an absolutely huge game. I can't think of another early access game that's done cinematics on this level, that has deliberately chosen to present their story in close-up like this. There's a lot of games where the moment you add cinematics, they have to get smaller because they have to. There's animations and all the manual work that goes into this stuff. We didn't want to do that. We don't want to limit the stories that, I don't want to be the guy that showed up and limit the stories that Larian's telling. So We're working on some adaptive cameras that work the same way if you're a half elf or if you're a halfling. And we want you, if you're playing a gnome, for that story to be told from your perspective. We want that to be
staring at everyone's junk.
We want you to feel like you're telling your story and we're shooting it for you. If you're walking around and you see one of your buddies is engaged in dialogue, that means they are seeing a cutscene, that they have blinders on, and this is something that kind of goes back with the kind of the layer.
So it's going to have like a little symbol above their head or something like that?
That are kind of engaged in social activities and sequences. And so you can pickpocket your friends, you can pickpocket the person they're talking to. You can move around dynamic objects and pickpocket them. Yeah.
My, the mask suits you.
But later on, if you choose to play a Astarion or a vampire, you might wake up in the middle of the night kind of looking for a midnight snack.
Voting on who we can feed on.
The menu, the dialogue options,
yeah.
You can take that scene is basically going to be a list of your friends or party members.
Literally, yeah.
If
who you
you're
feed on.
playing multiplayer, that's going to be a list of the guys that you're playing with. And what's great about that is not only are they on the menu for that night, they're going to see that. They're going to see.
This is where I think that voting in for the Twitch thing will be so awesome because
they're going to be able to say, "It's like no,
occasionally
okay,
force you down conversation lines that
or they
you wouldn't
can try
get.
and sell at their buddies and just say, "No, bite him." So that's a way that like there's that dramatic irony that we're able to play on, and we'll be looking for more ways to experiment with as we develop the game. Because taking on multiplayer cinematics is something that hasn't really been done. It's typically you'll have a multiplayer game with cinematics, and they're consumed basically the same way.
All I want is
See, that's interesting. Me, what he means by multiplayer cinematics.
And what we want to do is take that one step further, and actually this is like, well, your friends are seeing that you're seeing this as well, and they're putting their vote on. They can try and sell their friend out. They can say, "Don't eat me," or just like, "No, bite me."
I can't wait to see what you mean by like your friends seeing that you're seeing
they
this.
They don't have control over the situation. So there's that fine kind of dramatic irony that you get in this game with our multiplayer cinematics, and we're always going to be looking for more opportunities to do this. That's just one that we're wrenching.
Because it kind of sounds like while the cinematic's happening, you'll be able to see and interact and move things around that they'll see in the video.
Any, kind of narrative experiences of that kind. Cinematics is typically you watch a movie versus participate in it.
See, that's what I mean. It sounds like you'll be able to interact around.
Allow you to choose where the story goes. There are very few games that allow you to do that in concert with your friends and through multiplayer. So developing those scenes, figuring out when we're trying this, what works and what doesn't, throwing stuff out, adding things in, mutating, rewriting, reshooting. That's an organic process that we all get to do together. That's what early access is all about, is figuring out what has impact with you guys, what has resonance, and how we can surface that more in the way that we choose to do our work.
And that is just the dialogues in multiplayer. There's
See,
so much more
quite
to
interesting.
Baldur's Gate 3 that you have to experience it to believe it.
But the Twitch voting conversation thing is probably my favorite so far.
And it is another player's turn at the same time. You can now simultaneously command your party and have them do things and have them interact with each other, actually, which leads to a lot of
that should be interesting. Like, I'm curious how that's going to play out as well.
If you're a streamer, you can at any moment
this here is
give
good.
control of your dialogues to your audience, and then you will see what they voted for, and I think it's going to lead to a lot of very
I'm really looking forward to that.
We have more, but it's not all.
That's going to be a fun
Still in
playthrough.
development, and we're just preparing for early access. But once the early access campaign will be rolling, we are going to introduce multiplayer feature after multiplayer feature, and obviously we're going to listen to what you have to tell us, and then we'll add those things.
September 30th, guys.
They're doable.
We're going to be playing that on the day.
Today. We are going to be back with a new community update, and in that one we're going to tackle the topic of romance in Baldur's Gate 3. See you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
I cannot wait for this game. I'm so excited. Well, guys, that looked very, very cool. I'm super excited for the Twitch chat conversation abilities. I'm really looking forward to playing this game. I'll be playing it September 30th, obviously, and a lot. So check it out on my stream, Elgin Knight, or on YouTube as well. Thank you very much for checking out my reaction video. Hope you're here for the next one.